I can't believe Al Ewing disappointed me twice this week. I don't like Al Ewing. I'm just surprised that it happened twice. I'm surprised I'm reading 2 of his books. Ewing forever. She's the only Ewing who should be hired. Welcome back to another episode of Last Week in Comics, where I go over the last week in comics. And surprisingly enough, this is another week where I have read 5 books. Now that I've been doing the series, I have been reading more books, but it's exceeding the amount I expected. Anyway, first up on comics, I actually read this week. I guess we should talk about Absolute Green Lantern. I guess that came out. I have been trying to, at least for myself personally and for this channel, and so that I know what I'm talking about with a lot of these Absolute books, because they're super popular, and I know people want to get an introduction into them, even though they are a, nice starting point. But, sometimes people need to know what's coming out because they don't read solicits. In an effort to do that, I have been reading every Absolute book, which means I've read Absolute Green Lantern, despite the fact that I do not like Al Ewing. But I was going to muscle through it because I like Jo Mullins, and I wish that she would not be a cop. Okay, so, I don't even know where to begin. So, A Green Lantern is a horror book. I don't particularly care for horror books, but because I know that this is a part of the mainline Absolute and not a part of one of DC's offshoots like Vertigo, I know that it's going to be very tame in horror. I don't know why people are saying that it's a horror book. It's not really. It's not Vertigo levels of horror. It's a scary movie that's PG-13 levels of horror, But anyway, so the entire book is following Hal as he has been taken over by the Black Hand, which my moderator for my live stream, Nemesis, had to tell me that, oh yeah, that's the person who attacked Guy and Tora during their date in JLI, and then it all finally made sense to me. Because again, I don't read Hal Jordan, which is why I was also very disappointed that most of this first issue was about Hal Jordan.
Why would a man be there? Why would a man be there? No, it's actually pissing me off. Oh my god, it pisses me off. Why would a man be there?
I don't like him. He is probably my least favorite Lantern. Which is saying something, because I'm a Guy Gardner fan. Do you know how insane you have to be a Guy Gardner fan? I know I shouldn't have expected anything more from Al Ewing, my least favorite Ewing. Every single other aspect of this, series has been toting Jo Mullins as the main character, and I'm questioning why she is the only one out of the Absolute lineup whose first book isn't about her. None of the other ones had to have their first book be about the villain. It feels a little bit weird that your one black lead in all of the Absolute titles has to share the spotlight with her white man villain. It's made even worse by the fact that, we're told stuff about Joe's life from Hal instead of maybe, seeing it through context clues or seeing it from a backstory. It's all framed around Hal instead of being about Joe, which is insulting. And what's even more insulting? The fact that Al Ewing used Guy Gardner's New 52 origin for him, where he made him a fucking cop. So if you didn't know, in the mainline comics, Guy Gardner actually comes from a abusive household. His father was an abusive cop. He decides instead to become a school teacher, a guidance counselor, something that helps underprivileged or, angry young men like he was. I think that's a very great and very good direction to take a character like that. So why the fuck did Jo Mullins' propaganda spread to him now too? I am holding out some hope for John Stewart though. He is also in the book. He seems to not be a part of the military, or at least I hope he's not. I don't trust Al Ewing though, so I'm sorry, but we so rarely get books of other Lanterns outside of Hal. Especially now, post 2000s, we barely get books of other Lanterns. So to see the absolute title, which was, again, touted, promoted, all the variants are of Joe Mullins, and then to open it and have it all be about Hal is just disappointing. What's even more disappointing is all the people who jumped me on TikTok for saying I don't like Hal Jordan. Like, I personally don't like Hal Jordan. I don't care if you like Hal Jordan. I'm kind of sick of seeing him. He's like fucking Peter Parker. He's everywhere and everyone's tired of him. All he does is harass women. Anyway, in conclusion, this book should have gone to Ewing, the better Ewing. I will probably only be reviewing it on Last Week in Comics. Just for the hope that maybe Guy shows up. Maybe we get more Joe Mullins. Maybe Simon and Jess are in it. Yeah, I miss Simon and Jess. I miss Simon specifically. Like, where is Simon Baz? Okay, I need to talk about something fun because, like, the next 3 books I read were all deeply depressing. Let's talk about Secret Six, aka the messy queer team. My god, this issue is just them fucking brawling. Like, everyone's fucking brawling. And it's not even like the people you think should be brawling, like Dreamer and Jay Nakamura. No, like, Jay's fucking fighting Black Alice because she was like, dead like your mom. And what the fuck? Or she says something like, damn, wish your mom could have brought herself back to life. I love messy gay people. And Secret Six is just full of them. Okay, so you have, like, Jay and Black Alice are, like, beefing. Okay, Deadshot's fucking trying to kill John for some reason, or he's just mad that he's there. Dreamer's unconscious, and John's, like, protecting her instead of going to go help Jay. And, like, I know the entire thing with Jay is that, like, you know, he's intangible. He's the one person that, you know, John doesn't have to worry about. But, like, he was getting his ass beat. I feel like that should be... This goes into Stack's entire theory. John and Dreamer are briefly going to get together in this book, and it's going to be messy. And as long as Jay stays in the comics, I don't care how much mess we have to get into. I just need Jay to stay in the comics. He is my baby boy. Put a picture of him in a flower crown stack. I love him. He is my boy. Except for that other Jay Nakamura stan, who is bigger than I am, and also does a lot of very pretty art for him. Anyway, so you have, like, that messy stuff going on. And then you have whatever old man toxic yaoi that Catman and Deadshot have going on. And apparently this, my followers told me, because I don't really know that much about Deadshot or the other Deadshots that weren't in adaptations. So I had no idea that, like, in the original Secret Six, like, Catman and Deadshot were, like, messy, gay, like, lovers or something. I don't know. They keep on trying to kill each other, and they're like, oh, looks like you came back. And it's like, what? They're hate fucking. And I don't know what to do with this information. Like, this book is insane. This is, like, my favorite... I wouldn't call it my favorite book at DC right now because Tate Brombold's Batgirl's coming out right now. Like, there's a lot of good books at DC. But, like, Secret Six is probably the one I look forward to just straight reading. Like, you know, I have to read a lot of stuff for the channel. I like talking about it. I like promoting it. I like encouraging more people to buy it. Secret Six, I'm always excited when it comes out every single week because I know some messy-ass gay shit is happening. I have not been disappointed. The gays were fighting, and it was great, and Jay was getting his ass beat, and I love it when my favorites get their ass beat. This is an unpopular opinion. I like it when my faves get their shit rocked. And I know the actress for Dreamer, Nicole Maines, I know she's writing it. You are doing amazing, sweetie. Please continue. Please, I need you on. I need Secret Six more than any other book to get extended into a full, like, ongoing. Because, like, I get it. We're gonna wrap the Amanda shit soon. I guess she's alive or whatever. I didn't really care about that. I cared about the gay people fighting. But, like, Oh my god, I forgot about the end of the book. I haven't even told you this. So like, Dreamer wakes up, okay, and she's like, hey, John, I gotta talk to Jay alone. And Jay's like, you know, I can... Okay. So at the end, Black Alice, Deadshot, Catman, and John Kent are in a room, and they're talking, and they're like, we have to find Amanda Waller, we gotta jog her memory so she can tell us about this thing that's happening. I didn't really care about that, because when Jay and Dreamer are talking, she's like, okay, so I was going to go kill Amanda, like, that's why I went to go visit her, and I realized that she wasn't there, but then I realized, like, it's not my place to kill her, it's yours. So not only, we are probably getting the Jay and John divorce arc, but I don't think that we're getting Dreamer and John together. But I do like Dreamer and Jay being like, we need to kill Amanda Waller. Yes. We are on the same side. This is going to upset John. We're not going to say shit. We're not going to say shit to him. I love them so much. like, she's like, it's not my place to kill Amanda Waller. It's yours, because she fucking killed your mom, destroyed your country. I'm giving you the opportunity to kill Amanda Waller. And Jay's like, bet, I thought you were just here to steal my man. And, like, the crazy thing is that issue 3 has a variant cover where, like, it's, like, John and Jay, and there's all these, like, broken hearts. We're getting the John Jay divorce arc. And as long as Jay Nakamura stays in books, I don't care if it happens. Honestly, maybe Jay Nakamura needs to go in more books. He needs to be in everything. I love him so much. I actually have... So, like, I did, like, the issue where John and Jay kiss for the first time, it came out very early into me regularly buying comics, like me having a pull list. I specifically went out to the comic book shop to go grab it. That's how much I like Jay Nakamura. I own the gay issue. I like them together. It's cute. But also, I like messy gay drama. So, read Secret 6. The gays are just gonna get even messier. This ain't Queer Eye. This is, Queer Fight Club. I guess that's just regular Fight Club, isn't it? Okay, we're moving on. Next book I read, Batgirl number 6. This one is depressing, and it's all about Cassandra's relationship with her mother. We're coming off of a high from Secret 6 still, so I gotta, like, calm myself down for this, because, like, the entire thing is all about how Cassandra chooses to be, it's all about her chosen family versus her actual family, specifically in regards to Lady Shiva, who wasn't there for majority of her childhood. Like, you know, it's her trying to grapple with that fact, and then also telling Lady Shiva, like, no, we have to do this the right way. We have to do it the way that I choose to do things, not the way that I was taught. This way of, like, murder and pain. She was like, I want to do things the way of the bat. And it opens to this great sequence where, like, you know, fucking, she sends those bats after those bad guys. Like, she is Batman. Cassandra Cain is the rightful heir to being Batman, okay? Anyone else who tries to say any of those other little shithead bat boys deserves it over Cassandra Cain, die. And then, you know, they make it out of the cave. You know, they're still coming after them, and Lady Shiva's like, pause, we did it your way, I'm going out with a fight. She does. Like, Cassandra's, like, having to drive away while her mother, like, fucking goes out fighting. Like, this comic maybe killed Lady Shiva. I say maybe because, again, no one stays dead in comics. If you don't see a body, they're more likely than not dead. And even sometimes when you see a body, they can still come back. But, like, oh my god, just the scene of her, like, driving away on a motorcycle, like, hearing her mother's, like, last battle. That shit felt crazy. I can't believe we're only just done with, like, the first arc. Like, already, Tate Brombold's Batgirl has been probably the best Cassandra Cain book since the 2000s. But we are no longer in the lands of, Orphan and fucking Batgirls 2019. We are getting some good Batgirl content yet again. I only hope and pray that the same happens to Stephanie Brown. My girl deserves it. I miss her. Where is she? Steph cast confirmation when? Give it to me, Tate Brombold. Yeah, if you thought about picking up Batgirl, I would recommend that you hop on now. They're about to start a new arc, and you have a nice previous arc to kind of get yourself situated into the series with. Okay, next up that I actually read, Absolute Superman number 6. So this one is the introduction of John and Martha Kent, who, Kal-El crashes, and, we all know the story, but, like, this Kal-El is a lot older. So Martha assumes he's an angel, and he's sent here to, he's sent there to help them, There's also this really cute scene, and I every single time I do this series, I highly recommend you read the books I'm talking about, because some of them I cannot, like, properly put into words, and I feel like Absolute Superman is one of them. Same with Batgirl. Batgirl was also one of those books I was struggling to even, like, put into, like, words. But, like, with Absolute Superman, oh god, there's this really good scene where Martha is like, thank you for, like, giving John hope again, making him feel more like himself. And then, you cut to the next page, and John's like, oh, thank you for, like, giving so much hope to Martha, she was really, the farm was the last thing that she had to take care of, that she had to be a mother to. And I was like, I'm not gonna cry over these old people. I cannot right now. It was so lovely. And then, we also find out why Superman had to leave Smallville. Destroyed all of the Lazarus, like, things that were stopping the crops from being watered, which I don't know why they were doing that, especially given the end of the book. I didn't really understand that. I want to know more about Lazarus. Like, I think that's my biggest thing about this book, and I get they're kind of doing it slowly. I understand, at least with Absolute Superman, unlike Absolute Green Lantern and formerly Absolute Martian Manhunter did get extended, or unlike Absolute Green Lantern, it is a ongoing instead of just a series that if it sells well, they'll expand it. So I understand why they're taking their time, but I really, like, it's so weird. Well, I say it's weird. We're sliding into fascism right now. But, like, it's so interesting how Lazarus works, especially with the end of this issue. That's what puts Kal-El on the Peacemaker's radar. He thinks to fight back, and Martha's like, no, don't do that. So instead he flies off, and then that probably leads us to where we are now. We don't really know yet, because Superman was only in this issue through flashback, and I know that from the last issue we know that he was coming back to Smallville. So it seems like he is going to go see Martha, who is in a old folks home. But it seems like that Lois shows up too. So, like, we're gonna have some more toxic Lois, and I am here for it. I love toxic Lois. I think I don't know, I think it's super interesting, especially now that Lois is doing more of what we typically expect from Lois Lane. She's doing a lot more private eye work, she's doing a lot more detective stuff. She's slowly morphing into the reporter that she was always meant to become. And I love it. But also we get this fucking weird ass reveal at the end. So, like, at the end, like, Ra's al Ghul... we fucking see Ra's al Ghul, which, like, bro, I thought you were gonna be an absolute Batman. Why the fuck am I seeing your man titties out? We see Ra's al Ghul rise from the pit, and I should have expected it given that the main villain is Lazarus, but like, I don't know, I get suspicious of most people who decide to use Ra's al Ghul as a villain. So like, from what we've seen of Lazarus in Absolute Superman, you know, they're not letting crops be watered, they're actively destroying communities. It's very weird knowing that the Al Ghuls are extreme environmentalists, and usually when people forget that the Al Ghuls are extreme environmentalists, it quickly slides into anti-Arab racism. So I'm a little bit concerned with the direction that this book is heading. I'm still probably going to end up reading it. It's just, I have to like take a step back for a second, because so often, and especially even more now that Grant Morrison is being highly touted, especially by, you know, a certain fuckhead who's in charge of DC Studios and who's making a Batman and Robin movie with Damian Wayne. I'm just more and more suspicious of portrayals of the Al Ghuls, especially by non-Arab or non-Asian, like, writers. Like, I don't know. The Absolute Superman might get into some iffy territory soon. Will I continue to read it? Yeah, of course I will. But, like, oh, buddy. I really hope that it ends up okay. I hope that maybe this is a more corrupted by Darkseid version of Ra's. I don't know. I'm concerned. I did, when I first read it, I was kind of just so taken aback by Ra's al Ghul being in it, because again, why aren't you an absolute Batman? Thinking about it a little bit harder with how anti-environment Lazarus is, how, like, fascist Lazarus is, I'm very concerned that Ra's al Ghul is here. I hope it goes well. I hope it stays true to who the Al Ghuls are. But given everything right now, given the treatment of really everyone but Damian, I think Damian's being handled all right. But like, given what a lot of recent DC stuff has said about Talia, I'm not too positive about it. Still like the book though. It's just, ooh, you know. There's a sudden rise of, like, anti-Arab, anti-South Asian, anti-Islam, like, sentiment, and I don't like it as a brown person with Muslim family members. Okay, let's talk about Birds of Prey and how Kelly Thompson has pissed me off. Which is crazy, again, because I really like Absolute Wonder Woman, but for some reason, whenever I have to read Birds of Prey, I get a little bit pissed off at Kelly Thompson. Mostly over her treatment of Barda, and I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off right now. Barda fucking explodes. Like, she fucking explodes at the end, and everyone thinks she's dead. I have been asking for more Barda this entire series. We are 20 issues fucking deep, and Kelly Thompson has done nothing with Barda. Like, there was maybe, like, one scene where I was like, oh, we get something about Barda, but, like, it hasn't been for 20 fucking issues straight. And I feel like I'm going insane. I feel like I'm going insane because Barda's in 2 fucking books right now, and, like, no one wants to pay attention to her. And I'm like, God damn it. Jack Kirby did not base Big Barda off of his wonderful wife, Roz Kirby, for you to be disrespecting her like this. Other things in Birds of Prey. It seems like this new arc is building to a very nice, like, friendship or, like, sisterhood between Sin and Cassandra. Cassandra specifically mentions that, like, oh, you know, you remind me of me when I was younger, which I think is cute. I do like that. I like how much this book is developing Cassandra. Wish that could happen to Barda, but she fucking exploded. I also find it very interesting that Birds of Prey specifically chooses to keep Barbara in the chair, like, not in the wheelchair, but still in a chair. I have not seen this woman stand for the past, like, since, like, issue, like, 15 or something. And it really does seem like everyone but the heads of DC want Barbara to go back to being Oracle and back to being a wheelchair user full-time. Which, like, DC just let them. Just let it happen. No one's gonna say anything. No one's paying attention to any of the books that Barbara's in anymore, except for me. Just do me a solid, DC. You already did me a solid this week. And before I get into the books I didn't read, I kind of want to stop this video, or I kind of want to, like, take a pause and let Stack talk about the Jimmy Olsen graphic novel that came out this week, because I did not read it.
It's good. Buy it for the autistic child in your life.
Oh my god.
I thought it was a fun middle school book, and it just needs to be a middle school book. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Rip Hunter wasn't in character. It's a middle school book. I came into
Rip
it with
should be
culture.
chain smoking at 13.
Alrighty. I think it's fun. I think, like, I loved reading encyclopedias as a kid, and so, like, having a new format for the encyclopedia where it's, like, a graphic novel, but also there's a, like, encyclopedia, like, hidden inside of it. Ooh, I would have gone crazy for that as a kid. I think this is going to give a lot of kids a introduction to DC Comics, and I think it's really good. Rip Hunter and Linda Park are there as Jimmy Olsen's friends. Jimmy Olsen, incredibly in character. He is Superman's pal. He's doing a great job. We love him. Linda's personality is a girl who is, like, artsy. And that's it. She doesn't do much. And I feel really bad for Linda Park stans because, y'all
You
are...
mean, like, the 5 of them that exist?
Yeah, but, like, there's only 2 Rip Hunter stans that exist, so. Linda's the girl one. Rip is, like, if you combine Shaggy from Scooby-Doo with Fred from Scooby-Doo. He's a stoner, but he can also drive. And you know what? That's kind of funny. I'll play around with that concept in a bit. I think you should read Jimmy Olsen's Super Encyclopedia, or at least buy it for a middle school child in your life. And hopefully we can have more Rip Hunter and the Time Masters in the mainline comics again.
You forgot to mention one thing that happens in that book.
What? Do you want me to talk about Booster and Beetle? This isn't about them.
My channel's about them.
Okay,
They stole our bit. They stole our bit. They stole our podcast.
Booster and Beetle are podcast bros in it for, like, a page, and it's kind of funny.
They stole our bit.
There's a lot of really funny bits in Jimmy Olsen's Super Encyclopedia. Lots of really fun references for diehard fans, and a lot of, like, ways to read it and, like, get into it for new fans. So I think you should read it yourself to find all the really funny jokes and references in there, because there's a lot, and they're a good time. This is a book for people who are a fan of obscure facts about the DC universe. It's very fun.
Where the fuck did they steal our bit? Now it's time to talk about the books that I didn't read, because I can't read everything. I'm not Daystar. I have a 9 to 5. Oh, in books that I stopped keeping up with, JSA. So JSA number 6 came out, as everyone predicted, Wildcat's dead. I guess the big thing is that they are bringing back Yolanda, aka the second Wildcat. I know it from the Stargirl series. But JSA is good. You should go read it. I've been buying it pretty consistently. It's an amazing book, especially if you like Alan Scott. I feel like this book is going to tie in to the next Pride special because it's all about Alan Scott. Ooh, and then also my favorite book that I have been buying since it came out, but I have not kept up with. But Poison Ivy number 32 came out. G. Wilson still never misses with this series. If you're reeling from, like, I don't know, it's very funny that, like, Harley Quinn fans and Catwoman fans are in the trenches and Poison Ivy fans are having a great time. Like, this series is good. Also, I'm surprised that it's gone on for this long. Again, check out some of G. Wilson's indie books, Hunger and Dusk, that's really good. Eid Mubarak, G. Wilson. I know I'm late. I'm late by, like, a lot. Okay, next up. Oh, shit. This was the number one I didn't read, but I heard a lot of people talking about. We do have a new Black Label book, Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma. That came out. I don't know who Resurrection Man is, but if you're a fan of Black Label or you're a fan of Resurrection Man, I heard people getting excited about this. I don't know who this man is. I guess he resurrects. Teen Titans Go number 2 also came out. I don't know why. I'm surprised that they're still making Teen Titans Go books. I really wish that the 03 Titans would just die, though. I'm getting sick of them. Bring back this Golden Age Titans or else. Bring back Donna Troy, but, like, in a good book. Justice League, The Atom Project #4. So if you want to find out what's happening with Captain Atom in an actual, like, pretty decent book, go read it. I have not heard as many people talking about it, but also at the same time, this is a limited series. It's not an ongoing. It's like a mini. So, like, if you want to wait till the entire thing comes out to read it, I wouldn't blame you. I think that's fine. Oh, and then last but certainly not least, the only Bat book. Oh, well, I guess Batgirl. I don't count Batgirl and Poison Ivy as Bat books because they are kind of their own characters. But I do count Two-Face as a Bat book. But Two-Face #5 came out. It's nice to be a Batman fan where even, like, you're just your villains get, like, minis. Where's Booster Gold? I haven't seen him in a while. Like, at least Ted and Jaime showed up in Superman last week. Okay, so that is it for DC Comics. Let's go on to the indies. So, starting off with a couple books from Image Comics. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Beachhead. What? This is some obscure G.I. Joe character that I know my dad has heard about. My dad has definitely read comic books about this man. Because my dad is insane. I bring up G.I. Joe American Hero so I can talk about my dad and how much he loves G.I. Joe. Honestly, G.I. Joe is probably the only war comics that are still around to this day. They're, like, consistently selling. And I think that's great because I think that how G.I. Joe handles things is better than some other war criminals in the world of comics. Oh, and then also Image had a new #1 that I'm probably going to check out after this. I might make a video about, I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer. It seems to be like this horror book about, well, obviously a fashion school serial killer, but like the cover just looks like crazy to me because it's like she's like sewing together like a bunch of human skin and there's like a bunch of like, you know, skinned humans around her. That shit fucks hard. Sometimes I see an indie book and I'm like, okay. This is one of those cases. And then going on to IDW. So we have another Star Trek book. It's Star Trek Lore War #1. It seems to be, like, the best way I can describe it, first off, Christopher Cantwell is on this book. Cantwell can't write. But I'm not going to disqualify his, again, most authors have better indie stuff, so it's probably better. It's probably just, like, a guy playing with his action figures, and I think that for a Star Trek book that seems to be mostly about TNG, that is the perfect kind of blend that you have to hit for that audience. Honestly, it seems like a book that my dad would really like. As the best way I can put it, because I'm not a fan of TNG personally. I don't like The Next Generation. I'm more of a OG fan. And Lower Decks, of course. Seems interesting if you're into TNG. I'm kind of a little bit jealous that you guys get so much sequel material. Oh, and then also there's a Monster High book that came out this week. So this is actually a reprint of a story between, like, Manny the Minotaur and, what the fuck is her name? Iris, the girl with the eye. But it is a reprint of one of the original Monster High comics from before the reboot and from before the current new Scaremester series. I don't know. I think it's nice that they're reprinting some of this stuff. Especially because, not gonna lie, Monster High stuff got expensive, like, really, really fast. I don't regret giving away all my Monster High dolls to that one girl that I gave them to. But I kind of do a little bit because I really wish I had my original Spectra. I fucking love Spectra Vondergeist. I love her new design too. It's amazing. I love Monster High. And then last but certainly not least, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Naruto. That hits a very specific niche fan group that's actually quite large. And I love crossover comics, so I hope that there's always more of them. That kind of wraps it for last week in comics. I don't really have anything else that came out this week. So, there's an announcement. Me and Stack will be at C2E2 next weekend. So if you see us, come and say hi. I think on Friday we're gonna be we're gonna be the Human Torch and Spider-Man, and then on Saturday we're going to be Booster and Ted. Stack's currently making a cape for that, so that will be interesting. Yeah, if you see us, come and say hi. We're probably gonna actually vlog it for the channel, which is gonna be interesting because this is going to be the first vlog I ever do. So we'll see how that goes with my shitty iPhone camera. Anyway, so up here is another recommended video. Maybe it's another episode of Last Week in Comics, which I will still be uploading next week, despite the fact I will be at C2E2, so maybe it's another episode of Last Week in Comics, maybe it's a YouTube short, maybe it's an episode of Ash and Their Fantastic Friends, my live stream I do every Saturday, 9 p.m. EST. Which, this previous episode that we just did, was about Josh Whedon's Wonder Woman for some reason. I don't know. We just kind of let Ion take over the show again because I've been all over the place. I record this early, so we'll see how that goes. And then down here is the rest of Last Week in Comics. So if you want to find out what happened the last, fucking 21 weeks of comics now, click there. And then right over here is my beautiful profile picture where you can subscribe. I of course, I talked about the C2E2 vlog. I want to vlog more cons that I go to because I do see a lot of cool stuff there. I do a lot of cool things. I tried vlogging back when I was exclusive on TikTok, and apparently TikTok's shutting down again. That's crazy. But I tried doing that last year. Didn't work out for various reasons. So we're trying it again this year, and we're going to see if we can get some content out of the $300 my parents paid for me, Stack, and my cousin to have tickets. There's that. Hopefully soon I will start doing my comic book videos where I tell you all about how to get into comics, how to get into comic collecting, how to get into comic book reading. Everything about comics. That's probably what I'm going to call it, actually, now that I'm thinking of it. But that's also going to be there. And then, of course, because I have to keep on reminding myself so I can set the deadline for myself, we are doing the Wyatt Wingfoot video essay. I am keeping to that, because if no one else is going to talk about Wyatt Wingfoot for 8 hours, I will. Also because I've been doing a lot of research for it. It's crazy. I had to go look up football. I had to go look up Jim Thorpe. Anyway, so yeah, that's all I gotta say. And cut. Anyway, we have 2 new members, a part of our stuffed animal family now. This is Whopper.
Whopper, Junior, double, triple, Whopper, flame grill taste with perfect toppers.
I know that his name is Whooper. I call him Whopper anyway, because he looks like a sandwich. I should introduce them all. I don't know why I never did. So this is Wyatt Wingfoot Cow. He's big and he's Wyatt Wingfoot coated. This is Maria. When I finally publish my fanfics, that'll make sense. This is Yapper. I don't know if that's his name. Yomper? His name's Yapper, though, to me. This is Bubblegum. She smells like bubblegum. That's Mothman. That's just Mothman. And, this is Whopper. He's the newest one. He is so big. He has stupid little sunglasses. I saw someone put in their Build-A-Bear Whopper, the Whopper, Junior Whopper, Triple, Double Flavor Whopper. I know, I rule, that song. And I'm a little bit jealous now.